You're now live. Yes.
We're
Oh,
live.
no. Now we should be live. I say as I'm opening one more Hershey's Kiss. Do you guys like them? They're the peppermint ones.
I don't think
nobody else in my family likes them. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever. We are here. We're here for the Shelf This Book Club pick for what month is it? January? I almost said February because usually we do them earlier, so it feels late.
I'm grateful we waited.
Yeah. Well, I knew we might need to. I probably could have done it mid-month, but oh well. We read Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim, thanks to Ashley, who was our host this month. And I'm still in the. 1 second. I'm moving. Okay. Thanks to Ashley, who was the host this month, and I knew nothing about this going into it, so I'm excited to talk about it. And I also think that this month was our the most people to read the book ever read it this month, which makes me very happy.
Agreed.
Like I've said in videos before about the book club that I always, I guess, expect that me and the person who picked the book will read the book. But anytime anybody extra reads it, I'm always like, thank you. So thank you to everyone who read this with us this month.
Yes. Oh, hi.
But
hold on 1 second. Okay, cool. That worked. Perfect.
I know.
I'm going to click on the comments. I'm
eating this kiss.
I'm trying to. Okay, there we go.
Do you pull them up?
I tried to click show Martine's comment and it said mute this user.
Martine blocked.
Hi. Hello. Oh my goodness, we have a whole 4 viewers. I'm so proud.
So many people.
It's amazing. I'm excited to talk about it because there were opinions. I don't know if Stasia could make it today. I think she might have had to work, but she was going off about this book yesterday.
I was watching a movie and I was just laughing. She just kept saying stuff.
And she was like, for anyone, if you're not in the Discord group for this, we do kind of talk about the book as we go. But she was like, sorry, I'm messaging so much. And I was like, no, I'm honestly living for this.
Yes.
And it was also refreshing my mind about what happened.
It helps motivate me because just sitting down and talking about it. Exactly. I saw Kayla's spoiler that was chapter 34 and I was like,
I gotta get there.
Yeah. And so I really wanted to get there, but I lacked the motivation to read that quickly. And so seeing every single chapter had blackout comments, I was like, okay, I can do 5 more pages. That's doable.
I gotta get to it. Right.
As I read the book the first week of January.
You read it first, I think.
Yeah. It's because my library got due on the 9th, and so I had until then to read it.
Yeah. I had the ebook through Libby, and at one point I lost it, so I couldn't read it at night. So I was like, "This is my own doing."
I might.
Hi, Ruby.
So did you read all the spoiler comments and didn't even read the book, Ruby?
When I was putting in spoiler comments, Ruby texted me and she was like, "I love looking at your spoiler comments."
I hate that. That gives me anxiety that you read them without reading the book. I need to shut my space heater just turned on. I'm sure you can hear it. 1 second.
I can't hear it over the microwave. Yeah.
Okay.
Ruby.
Well, let's talk about it.
Okay.
I guess, Ashley, do you have any questions going into this? The first question I had written down, which I always forget to ask at the beginning, is who all had this on their TBR or on their radar before it was chosen for the book club? Did anybody else have their eyes on this before?
I probably wouldn't have read it as soon as I did, but I knew about it.
Yeah.
I had never heard of it before Ashley brought it up to me. Never seen it, never. And I probably never would have read it.
I think this book came out, was it the end of last year?
Yeah.
It had to have, because the next one doesn't come out until like September or something.
Yeah, it looks like, hold on. I'm getting the years confused. I forget what year we're in.
Yeah, 2022.
Oh, it's not 2016? I didn't just graduate high school?
What?
Oh, good. Okay, August of 2022. When I read that this morning, I was like, August of next year? I have to wait that long? But okay, that's...
You're like, no, that's only, yeah.
Awesome.
I'm glad to see Aaliyah's here because she DNF'd it.
Okay, it came out 2021. Yeah, that's it. Oh, July 2021. Okay. So I don't know why. I think my pre-order then was Small Favors by Erin A. Craig. So I was like, well, that's my favorite author. So obviously I will pick that one as my pre-order of the month. But I'd heard really good things about this, and I think I had forgotten to request an arc of it. So it was like, if I don't choose this for my book club pick, I won't get to it.
You'll never get to read it.
Exactly. Hello. Hold on. We have a bunch of comments. I'm glad you read it too.
Change your mind. I'm glad that you changed your mind. But like I said, I probably wouldn't have read it without this, and I'm glad that I did read it. Ruby, do you want to read it now that you've read the spoilers, or are you still just like, I know what happened?
Also, are you like, if you never read it, do you think, oh, cool, this was an interesting book, or like, that's crazy, isn't? I'm so glad I didn't read it.
Reads all the spoiler comments, rates it on Goodreads.
Same thing.
I was going to say Rylan is representing Stasia, but the next comment is Stasia, so hello.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to hear what everyone rated it.
You go first.
Did I post my rating? No, I didn't post my rating, but I said in my vlog what I rated it.
Yes.
Did you guys both see what I rated it?
No.
See/hear what I rated it?
I barely rated
Ashley, you don't know what I rated it. I rated it, I gave it a 4 and stated that I would even let it be known that I would consider it a 4.5. So that's like the highest rated one. That's the highest rated fantasy I've had in a while, and that's the highest rated book club pick I've ever had, I think.
Wow.
Okay.
So I was happy with this one.
That's amazing.
I gave it a 4, but I had to think about it for like a day and a half before I rated it. And honestly, I could bump it down. Like, it could go down.
Yeah, I was getting mixed signals from you when you like finished it.
Mm-hmm. It's just because there were parts and I just wasn't sure. And it didn't like, I didn't have what Stasia felt.
Stasia was having a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Stasia is fresh and brand new. She is in love.
I was laughing so hard because this is like a fantasy. This is my typical tome, 500 pages that she asked me to not pick. And I was like, I'm so glad you loved it.
True.
It looks like Martine gave it a 3.5. Okay. I like it. I like this energy.
I was close to that, just like not quite. Not quite. What did you rate it, Ashley?
That is very specific. 3.75. Okay.
Ashley 2-star. Oh my god, you're scaring me.
I'm gonna be like, I DNF this and faked reading it.
You're scaring me.
Bear with me, I'm pulling up my compile spreadsheet.
Nice. Oh, I could see what my compile decimal points were.
So I gave it 4 stars. Okay, I guess we have a guest. I gave it 4 stars, and I think that I really debated a lot whether it was 3.5 or 4.5 stars, because I really felt like a little bit of what all of you felt, like in your reactions. I, for the first half of the book, really just didn't care. I was like, this girl has a bowl on her head. Like, okay. And,
I mean, I cared less in the beginning. So
yeah. Yeah, because you told me when you first started, though, like, it was easy to get through. And I was like, yeah, okay. But then
right.
I don't know if I started reading it more out of fear that I would not be here today, or if I started reading it because I enjoyed it more. But either way, that made it sound like I thought I was going to die.
That's what I was just going to say. Like, did you think you were going to pass away last time?
As though I thought I would be kicked out of the live show for not finishing the book. And yeah, so I was really torn because in the middle there was a lot that I was confused about. And then by the end, I was just really, really intrigued because I had guessed most of like the general plot twist, but I had not guessed like the details and the plot twist. And it ended up being a lot more interesting than I had expected from the first half of the book. So I think I will stick with my 4 stars.
I think that, like, as we were getting to the end, I don't read a lot of fantasy, so let that be known. But like when I'm reading like a thriller mystery, I'm like expecting a plot twist, and like in this one, I wasn't like expecting there to be a twist.
Exactly.
So like when there were twists, I was like, "Ooh, fun!" Know what I mean? Like,
yeah. The ending really saved me. Yeah, I agree. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised by some of this because I was having a good time the whole time.
I'm glad for you.
I was bored. Not bored. Well, yeah, bored. I was bored.
You were bored.
During the part where he like worked at the castle and was just like bebopping around. Like I just didn't care.
That's fair.
But maybe that was just me.
It was good. Okay.
I loved it.
4 stars means I really liked it. So it's really hard for me to give something a 5 stars now that I'm using the compile system.
Yeah. I was just telling Kayla actually yesterday that I like using compile because compile, there's a very like thin decimal point to actually get 5 stars. Like it's hard to get 5 stars on compile.
Yeah. And I feel like before that I would be like, oh wow, 5 stars.
About this, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why
I
was looking at my monthly stats and I have so many 4 stars because that margin
is bigger. For this book though, I do think it was more like people's preferences might be like this was very, to me at least, I thought like character driven. So I didn't mind that chunk where she was bebopping around because I knew there was like a point to like every interaction she was kind of having. Like I felt that it was going to be relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would also like to qualify that because I was reading like 5 books for the entire month, I had 4 fantasies. And so I think not only did that mess me up.
I don't know how you do that.
So this one, you know, we have like your dragons, some musical aspects. Like I looked up a little bit about the author and she actually got her first bachelor's degree in music. So I think that really, you can see that play out in the book, how the songs and things like that matter more. And so I think, yeah, dragons, music, and then there was some other part of this that I thought was really similar. One of the tropes in it that like makes it unique, I guess, compared to other fantasy. But I was also reading Daughter of the Moon Goddess that also has dragons and also a few like very similar plot lines and like the hints of a love triangle. And so I think it kind of made me like hard to separate them.
I guess I wasn't picking up on, and if somebody can tell me if this was like glaringly obvious, you guys all thought that the dragon was supposed to be a love interest?
Yeah.
He's hardcore into her. Like, hardcore.
I don't know if I just thought that because I wanted it to happen or it was actually happening in the book, but I felt like there were parts where like they would have a conversation and it just felt like it was getting to the point where it would like push to that. Like it wasn't that then.
Like I just thought they were like best buds.
Yeah, I guess I couldn't tell if it was like immature boy is prideful versus like immature boy is trying to flatter / degradingly compliment main character.
Mm-hmm.
But by the end, like that jealousy, bro.
So like as some other people's comments came in, I was like, what?
The time in the cave didn't really do it for me. Nothing really happened and it didn't change. I agree. I was annoyed with her brothers at this point.
I did see that like most of you said that you thought the book was too long.
Talking was
Also
the
didn't
best
feel-
part of this book. Like the best part. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I really
Like the
didn't
reveal when it was like him is the best part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was okay with it.
I guess
until
I was just being like more naive to a lot of like foreshadowing things that happen. Like I'm just not used to reading fantasy like this anymore. So
And I will say again, like there is a huge love triangle in Daughter of the Moon Goddess. And then I also had started this one that is, I mean, like the cover is the love triangle. So I don't know what I was expecting.
how do you read so many of like similar things at one time?
It's great Wait, what am I trying to say? Compartmentalization skill.
So I thought that there was going to be a love triangle with them, but
I like reading the wrong book and
but I think that this first book was what's his name, and then Stasia's husband, and then the next book, because she's going to be with the dragons, the main girl will fall in love with the dragon, but then like at the end maybe
no, that's gonna piss me off.
I think I know exactly. I don't know anything about this author, but if it goes at all like your typical fantasy love triangle, once we get to the spoilery part, I will tell you my 2 predicted endings, and I will write it either way. I think Stasia will too.
Like I think that us collectively as a group are on, I don't know how to say his name out loud, Takan's side, and if that switches, no, 2 stars.
I don't think you'll like either of my predicted endings. Yes, I thought that was hilarious. I really thought with the whole like dragon pearl thing, I thought that meant that they were like soulmates. But then later, without spoiling it so far, just in case, they really used this legend that I am obsessed with about actual like soulmate / fate. And so I know that's not what they were actually going for now. But in the beginning, I did think that.
I'm scared now because I didn't think about any of this, and the second book is like titled
The Dragon's Promise.
Oh, like the Dragon's Promise or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of just want to leave now.
Okay, did he even actually say what this book is about, or did I miss that?
No, you did not miss it.
I don't think we did.
Okay, I was like,
we went straight to Target.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say, yeah, it was very like Resand in prison. Here's your tattoo. That's like the vibe that I had gotten at first. That's why I was like, oh, okay, I know where this is going.
Have any of you read the Throne of Glass series?
Yeah.
So like to me, I was getting the same vibes of like how like Aelin and Rowan are kind of like soulmates, but they're not like, this is not a spoiler, I don't think.
I was listening to a podcast and they mentioned
maybe slight. They're platonically bonded. And I think some people argue that, like, some people argue that it's a romantic thing. And I also, reading that series, was never like, would never have shipped them together. And that's the same thing I feel about this dragon situation.
So wait, you don't ship Aelin and Rowan, or do you mean with her cousin?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Aelin and Rowan? That's what I'm saying, is like, to me, that's not a romantic interest, but some people think it should be. And that's the same way I feel about this, is that they're like platonically.
Did you finish the series?
Yeah. Don't talk to me.
Stacia hasn't read.
I'm confused. I mean, like, I don't disagree with you. Okay.
I will talk to you about Throne of Glass later, Ashley.
Yeah, I'll DM you later. Yeah, I could see that. I would be a lot better with that. But I also feel like, why would they give her a seventh brother?
Because the other brothers suck.
Okay. I will say, reading this at the same time made me really despise all of her brothers for their inability to listen to her and to always think that they were right. I was like, yeah.
Okay, so I tabbed this part because I just went back and read my tabs before we started this live. It's on page 69.
Nice.
She lists all of her brothers and like kind of their like what she thinks about them. And then just like that was not given throughout the rest of the book. Like the brothers could have been one character in my mind. And not like, there wasn't 6 people. We weren't getting all of the
I felt
info.
like they each had one character trait, like responsible, mean, and so on.
Right.
And I feel like they could have at least halved them.
Rip.
Something the other brothers do suck. Her whole family is so annoying.
I like the youngest one. I liked Hasho. I did not look up how to pronounce that, so I'm very sorry. But I did like him the best.
I think there's only so much I can say considering she didn't finish the book. Like, I think it gets better in terms of what was annoying her, but.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for her specifically. Okay, that makes sense. That's an interesting perspective.
I guess I had written down to ask who everybody's favorite character was, but it sounds like everybody's was Takan. But I also just want to talk about Kiki.
Yes. Love her.
Like, that's probably my favorite part of the book. I don't know. Like, I just really liked her little like, pet crane.
I had gotten really good at guessing the plot twist, so Wynash last night was like, I'm 100% sure Kiki is the villain. Like, somehow. Like, she made this all happen.
I feel like Kiki brought a lightness and to like the book. Like I feel like there was just it felt dark, really dark the whole time, and then Kiki would show up and it was like, oh, this is cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also like there's stuff I tabbed that was like when she's like if you die, I die. And
yeah.
There was one I had that was like just talking about how they're best friends.
Oh. And I will say I did like about Kiki how she could translate between the birds and Shiori. Because when Shiori was talking, or like when she was Lena and talking to people, that confused me a lot because they would say like she was gesturing things, or like I couldn't figure out if she was mouthing the words or the italicized words were her thoughts. And so every time I imagined her just like signing the words out. And so that really like messed me up because I know like she probably wasn't out there actually using sign language. So And that is a spam.
Did anybody do the audiobook of this and not like read it with their eyeballs?
I think Martine said she did earlier. Yes, I can totally see that.
I see that too. It's a little bit, because Aiko to me is a little bit more of a actual character. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Aiko is more like similar to a person, and to me, Kiki was more of a pet. I don't know.
I think she was kind of like your stereotypical Disney sidekick character, because the author has only written this, which is very much like a fairy tale retelling, and then a duology that I think is a Mulan retelling. And then she also has written like an official Cinderella and Mulan book separately. So I think like hardcore, she was like, this needs a Disney sidekick.
Yeah. I am unfamiliar with Disney.
That's fair. Okay, Rylan had the audio too. Martine had the audio. Nicoletta had the audio.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
Wow, Martine, you're so smart. You say what I'm trying to say. You say it for me, please. What other thoughts? I just read a quote that I know would be like Stasia's favorite thing in this whole book. Are we? Can I talk about spoilers? Can I just read this?
Yeah, go for it. We're like 27 minutes.
Okay. When Shiori says, "My magic is dangerous," and Takan says, "But you aren't."
Gross.
Hold on. I will in fact then share some of my favorite quotes that I told you guys I wouldn't share.
I guess I would be curious to ask who plans on reading the sequel and who plans on probably
Good
passing.
question.
Is it just a duology?
Because I'm gonna read it.
It's a duology. Her website
so
says
it's gonna be done after 2.
Unless they change their minds, yeah.
Oh, then I'll probably read it.
I would trust it that it's duology. I think
I really like the quote at 62% that said, "They say that each time two people's paths cross, so do their strands. When they become important to one another or make a promise to one another, a knot is tied connecting them." And that is my favorite. Like the red string theory, I just love it so much. And then at 91%, this was so small, but it said all of it I had overcome, and this too I will overcome. And I just like started tearing up for no reason. So I like that one too.
I feel like you always notice like when there's good writing. And I always mark just like oh shit moments.
That's fair. Yeah, if I were tabbing, maybe I would pay more attention to those moments. What else? Hold on. I did like, I'm trying to do this, like not trend as in it's popular, but like a trend in my own reviews where I rated it 4 stars, so I have to write 4 pros and 1 con. So I put pro, the romantic interest, because I tried to make this not spoilery, and I assumed everyone would think I'm talking about the dragon, so that's fine, whatever. 2, interesting plot twist, because it was definitely YA, and so I generally can guess YA ones more easily, but I was still really thrown by a couple. Flipping a trope I hate. I have recently started despising the evil stepmother trope. I feel like every time there's a stepmother, she's evil no matter what. That's like her personality trait. So really liked that. My favorite legend was the red string theory being in this. I had no idea. And my con was the bull. I just couldn't get over that.
Oh my. All of the bull pissed me off the entire time. That was the entire time.
I couldn't figure out, and I kept having like the most stupid questions. Hold on one second. I'm going to read the comments really fast. I'm getting the sequel. Valid.
The bowl.
The bowl.
I love that Ruby's invested because every time she comments, I'm like, you didn't read it.
I love it. Yeah, no, I couldn't figure out like the placement of the bowl, and I couldn't figure out like the specifics of the curse, and that really threw me off. And it probably wasn't a big deal, but my brain was like, this doesn't make any sense. And so I think otherwise it would have been 4.5 stars. Yeah, I thought it was like to hear.
I just wasn't.
But then, like, when he tried to kiss her, I was like, bro, you can see her lips? Like,
I pictured it like nose length.
Yeah.
It was like just over her eyes.
So, but I'm also like, this
or like
really. Go ahead.
I almost want to say I was picturing like almost one of those like teepee hats.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
I
More
know
like cone shaped than like flat topped bowl.
Hold on.
Everybody's going to search the fan art now. Gotta find the bowl.
I know it's. What is that called? I know, like that.
That's what I was picturing. Like just more like cone shaped than like a soup bowl. I don't know.
Okay, Google is loading so slowly.
I wish that like
clinical
the girl on the
straw
front that she had the bowl.
Yes, I was not prepared because she was not wearing one on the cover.
Yeah.
And also, I really just thought, okay, so that does make more sense to me if it's like a conical straw hat. But in my head, all I could think of, like even in the serious deadly scenes, was my brother being like 5, and my bio mom would have to put like a plastic bowl on his head and just like, you know, like back in the early 2000s.
Oh, like cut is like a bowl cut.
Yeah, that's all I could think about. Like the entire book, just like a plastic blue Tupperware bowl.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but that's not how I was picturing it.
If we have gone into the spoiler section, may I tell you all how the duology is going to end?
Yeah, I want to know your predictions because I don't think I like it.
So the prediction that I want, what I want to happen is she goes and it's like all this action and she's just like thinking about talking and it's like, this is amazing. Can't wait to go back, you know, and then they go,
I understand that that's probably what's going to happen.
And like
there's not really a book there.
I could see
if
that
that's
she maybe writes him letters or like stories if she can get messages to him to kind of like do a callback to the first book where he wrote her letters. And maybe they can't get to him for some reason, or maybe the dragon like interrupts them. So it's like the same trope that he doesn't get her letters. That may not happen at all. But what I think will happen is either it's going to end up like Daughter of the Moon Goddess, where like the entire book is just like the dragon being the new love interest and like her being like, oh, maybe I'll never get back. You know, maybe this is my only shot. Talkin probably already forgot about me. Or he like makes up some story like that he got betrothed again and forgot her. And she's like, oh, true. Okay, I'm interested. So there's that. But what I'm also concerned about is what movie is this? It's like, I don't know if it's The Notebook, but I'm very concerned that it's going to be where we go into the second book and Suryu is the love interest or tries to be the love interest repeatedly and annoys the hell out of all of us. And then she's going to be like, no, at the end, I 100% am sure I choose Talkin, whether like that's what she says throughout the rest of the book. And she gets back and he's like 75. And he's like, I waited for you my whole life.
Stop. You just hurt me. Stop.
And then I will cry. And then I will also...
I gotta go. I gotta leave.
Block, report, delete.
I don't know if that's like the evil writer side of me, but like I would hurt someone like that. And I don't want to be hurt like that. But like, anyways, moral of the story, don't read my writing. But
I want it. It's going to hurt me so bad and I want it.
And then all of the brothers will be gone because they will be like also 90 or something.
Calls Elizabeth Lim. Hey, can you finish the book quick? We gotta rewrite it.
But I also like, this is my first book by her, so like maybe that won't happen. But she
Yeah,
did.
has anyone read Spin the Dawn? That's her other like popular thing, isn't it?
I'm not vibing it.
Has anybody read it?
I want to read it.
Maybe she can find it.
I liked this, so I was considering it.
I'm good with that. I would prefer that over my theories. I think I'm also, I don't know if anyone watches Nancy Drew, but I just watched that season finale and all I can think is pain. So like maybe I'm being way too dark about this.
I would also predict that she's going to be away for most of the second book. So you read the first one? What did you rate it?
I'm curious why you chose not to finish the duology as well.
And also compare contrast to this. Thank you.
Interrogation over.
Like a Venn diagram of why she is that.
Spin the
Also
Dawn,
read
6 Crimson Cranes. See, and I think it was Nicoletta who said that she felt like reading this one was very similar to reading Spin the Dawn, which also makes me kind of like, well, why would I bother then?
Right, if they're like the same thing.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
I get that.
I'd be curious to see what you think. I'm confused because I heard it was a Mulan like fashion retelling, but she also literally wrote a Mulan book. So I'm like, what's the difference?
So Mulan is where the girl pretends to be a boy so that she can like fight with the right.
But I think in this one, in Spin the Dawn, she may pretend to be a boy to be a seamstress.
Yes.
Or
like there's a little bit of like role reversal.
Yeah. Relatable.
But do you want to finish it?
Yeah. Like if you had all the time in the world and you finish all your other series, would you finish it? Or do you just not care enough?
I think I'll wait till this one wraps up, and then if I like the second one, would try it.
Mm-hmm.
Try the other series.
I think I'll definitely read the second one.
I'm gonna read the second one of this. Yeah.
Cool.
I might have to reread this before I do that, but we'll see.
Yeah, because it's like 7 months. 6 or 7 months from now. Because I guess in 2 days it's February, which is crazy.
If I reread it, I would probably try the audio to reread, and then,
Yeah.
I feel like once I know a story, the audiobook works better.
Oh, cool. Okay. Awesome. She's going to delete the channel by then. I would know.
Do you guys want me to leave them? Like, I started, like, we're all still there. I just, like, hate them. But then I just feel like eventually there's going to be a lot.
I am the last person to read them. So, like, at least wait for me as, like, the street sweeper. Like, once I finish it, you can delete. No one reads it after me.
Like, you can tell me when you're reading something, and I can, like, put it back while you read it.
I am
and
on
then hide it
month.
again.
And then I will read the next month.
Oh, geez.
I finish this. Is it the July one? It's like
It's the May one.
No, okay. I already read the May one because that was
Yeah.
yours and it was on my TBR list. So
Did
the next
we read When You Were Everything after that?
That's my next one.
Yeah.
Stasia's pick.
Yeah. Okay, to be fair, you did start reading it earlier, and I only finished it like 30 minutes before this live show. Yeah, and you could keep like
Deja and Rylan are better at Discord than I am, so I should just direct all questions to them.
Yeah. No, I know we don't really do reading like the rest of the series in the book club since like it switches between hosts, but I would definitely be interested in like a buddy read outside of the server even.
Yeah.
We finish the duology because otherwise I'll wait until like 2024 and I'll be like, did I like the dragon? So
Did I like the dragon?
I feel like that may be all that I have to say.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I did like the chat was much more active this month. I might try to, in the future, put like different groupings of like if you're this far, spoilers, so that
That's
it's not
cool.
all just like in one chat. We'll see.
Oh, okay. I see what
We'll
you're
see.
saying.
I'm not sure how many of you are going to try to read my pick, but
I will read
we'll
it in 9 months. Also, I liked your pick more than most people last time, even when you didn't like your pick.
Oh, I told you for months not to read that book.
But I'm
My
gonna read
pick.
the
It
sequel
was
now.
bad.
I didn't hate it. I actually enjoyed some of it. Same, yeah. Yeah,
I am a little bit scared.
You're a little what?
Scared that I am picking again because what if I don't like it again?
What did you put again? Do we know your pick?
Yeah, mine's historical.
Hold on.
By Lisa. I've never read a Lisa Kleypas before, but she's real popular, so I'm ready to try. Ready to make you guys try with me.
Yeah, I don't know any of the 3 books except for the Portrait of a Thief. I think the same person who recommended Six Crimson Cranes to me also really liked that book, my friend Amanda. So I think that one's on my
Maybe you should. I'm gonna need the link to this person because sounds like she has good recs.
She really does. That's where I get most of my recs. Wait, which book?
I'm gonna post a video. I think my video tomorrow is the announcement for the next 3 books. So I wasn't really gonna talk about them.
Oh, sorry.
I posted them in the Discord, but not here.
I forget there's.
I mean, we can talk about them, but I wasn't gonna like announce it. Right. Oh.
That's fine. Most of the people will have left by now.
You should request them.
Yeah. Do they let you put in forms? Because mine does.
And then maybe look at them. I am a little bit nervous about Portrait of a Thief availability, but
I think
hopefully libraries pick it up.
Hold on.
He's already due for you.
Come on. It's being so slow. I just froze my whole computer. Awesome. I can't see. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, it's not even out yet.
No, it comes out the month before we're reading it.
Okay, awesome. I'm so fine.
It's like real.
I only can't handle when like book clubs have a book and it comes out on like the 22nd and then that is the book of that month. If that makes sense. Like if the book came out today, but it was our book club pick.
You have a week.
Yeah. I can't do that.
I can, but I don't know why you would schedule it that way. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like anymore, I read most books like within a day. Like I start and finish it.
I guess if I really try, I can, but like that's not me.
If I'm reading longer than a week, then I'm hating it. Like I'm like, I don't want.
We know. Do you want to talk about the toll right now?
Oh,
should we air that out right here?
No.
Don't tell me I have to start Thunderhead soon.
Thunderhead is good.
Okay. All right, I'm nervous. Oh.
Okay, does anybody have more thoughts about this? What one? What do you have a hold on for that long?
I'm not sure if she's talking about your pick or Portrait of a Thief.
Like, my library never has stuff where you can put a hold on it before it's released, but I think some do. So is that
Huh.
Portrait of a Thief?
Yeah.
Like, I won't. Like, my library will not have it on the catalog until it's out. Not sure.
I've seen both, depending on where I've lived. But that is all that I have to say about Six Crimson Cranes for now. I'm not going to describe it because if you're still here, we've already told you the whole plot on accident. So I liked it. Yeah. Oh, also, I wore this. Wait, it's backwards. I think
It's
I'm wearing
cutting
it.
out. Is it me cutting out or
I'm not
Ashley
sure.
cutting out? I can't tell.
Ashley's like, okay, hold on, let me take it off.
Oh, wow. Okay, I've never had that. It was like a month in advance, and it's stuck. Hold on.
Michael's trying to fight me right now.
Yeah.
He's throwing up.
I wore this for today.
Oh, that's cute.
And then I also wore these for the Dragon's Pearls. So you're welcome.
As I rolled out of bed and threw on a sweatshirt.
I take these too seriously.
I was in the bath like 2 minutes before I came here.
Yesterday I was like, Michael, go ahead.
When you guys were getting dressed, when you said you were getting dressed, I was fully
literally
naked in the bath.
Same. I was like, Kayla. No, I don't know. Like I was like, I have to do a good job of this. And so since like you asked me back in December or something like that, and even back like way before that, you asked me months ago, and like ever since then, like every single day, I've been like, what if I pick the wrong book? What if they don't like the book and they kick me out of the book club? I was so worried. But yeah, I waited until like 36 hours in advance to set up my StreamYard account.
I did tell you that. I was like, you have to set up StreamYard before there's like a wait period.
Because I had read I had read a tutorial out of my anxiety and then like procrastinated until the last second anyways. Because I was like, well, if I do it too late, then like maybe I'll just do it on her channel. But it worked out, and
I always offer to do it on mine.
Yeah, but I had fun, and I needed to learn because I will never leave my comfort zone if I don't put myself outside of my comfort zone. And it was better to do the live today than to learn next week when I do the Sims Readathon live. So I would have been like, I say I, but I mean Kayla too.
Yeah. Just vibing. Chaos.
It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna pretend to read for like 2 hours.
Pretend to read. Is that what you guys do when I host sprints? Is pretend to read?
No.
No?
Mom.
Okay, see you later. Right.
We get DMs after this.
Okay, does anybody have any final thoughts about Six Crimson Crane? Anything at all?
I wanted more dragons.
Yes.
Oh, I love you.
You wanted more of the dragon?
More dragons, please.
Less dragon.
Do you think there will be like more dragon characters in the second one?
Oh, for sure. I think we're probably gonna meet his like whole family.
And it's 979 admirers. So definitely.
Like I think the second book's gonna feel like so different from this one.
It might, yeah.
I just cannot, like how Ashley's predicting what's gonna happen. I just cannot even.
And also, it's probably all gonna be underwater too. So then we'll have to think about this whole situation underwater.
Is the second one gonna be the Little Mermaid?
Oh, that would make sense. because it did have Little
don't
Mermaid
know.
vibes a little bit.
I
With her,
don't
like,
know what happens.
she's breaking out. Wait, you said you don't know what happened in The Little Mermaid?
No, will you spoil the Little Mermaid for me?
Okay, I don't know that I'm
Disney
qualified to
spoilers.
do that. Zyrina to me was the villain in The Little Mermaid, Vanessa / Ursula, because she was pretending to be someone else, and she was trying to get rid of Shiori. Basically, in The Little Mermaid, hold on, wait. In The Little Mermaid, I'm so hyped. There is the romantic interest who would probably be Taken, and he finds her and she can't speak to him because a villain took her voice and has it on as a necklace. So the villain shows up and pretends to be an imposter, kind of like Zyrina, but she wasn't trying to steal Taken. And she decides to seduce the prince. And so she looks basically just like a brunette version of Ariel and has her voice, I think. And so they don't get married because, crap, hold on. What happened to stop it? What, didn't like the seagull steal the necklace off her neck or something?
Yes.
And then Ariel gets her voice back and the prince is like, oh, cool, let's get married. I think that's how it ends.
I've seen the second one more often than the first one. I like the second. The second movie's really good with her
I like
daughter.
Melody more than Ariel. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
Bailey,
confused.
what are you? Okay, so we have a mermaid. She lives in Atlantis. Her dad is like the king. She goes above the water to talk to her seagull friend with her fish friend and a crab friend.
You're so much better at this than me.
They see a man who is Eric, and she's like, oh my gosh, he's so beautiful. She goes to Ursula and is like, I want to be a human because he's cute. And she's like, okay, you can, but give me your voice. Takes her voice, becomes human.
Keeps it in this little seashell necklace.
Yes. And then lives in the castle for some reason with Eric. Then her and Eric fall in love. Some stuff happens where there's a fight with Ursula. She gets her voice back. She moves in with Eric, and then her dad's still in the sea. Like, oh, love you, sis.
So she just becomes a human, basically.
Yep.
Also, she had 5 sisters. So.
Yep.
And they all kind of had one personality trait that was also forgotten in the TV shows.
Maybe, hear me out. Maybe Saru is the Little Mermaid.
For one of her brothers.
Thank you so much. This makes me feel so much better, this comment. I was like, I can tell you her entire backstory, but I couldn't tell you the ending.
The songs. We didn't care about the plot. The plot was for our parents.
Exactly. Although, like, rewatching it, I would definitely be the dad. I am very much a dad friend. So, yeah. Oh, this is Jack Ryan.
I gotta go. Was that Michael's idea?
Yeah. His name was Jack at the shelter, and he was like, we're gonna name him Grogu from The Mandalorian because we're nerds. But then we were like, what if Jack was his name for 2 years? And we couldn't decide whether it was his name or whether the shelter was like Jack, and he'd had it for 9 days. But he responded to it, so now he's Jack Ryan.
Honestly, I didn't either, and you mentioned it, and I was like, I'm just gonna go with it.
It's Vanessa. She is my favorite Disney villain. I just have so many thoughts. Okay, there's a lot of, like, if you read, I I think it's called The Sea Witch. It's not even the great book, honestly, in my opinion. I can't remember the author's name.
The Katie Robert one?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not Shelley Hennig, because that's from Teen Wolf, but it sounds almost exactly like Shelley Hennig. And she writes about how, like, in the real actual original, like, Grimm's fairy tale or whatever, she is the hero and Ariel is the villain. And it's so interesting because no one knows that because they just watched the Disney movie. So,
Sorry, I just...
did I say something?
Okay.
I had to mute myself because of the fact that Kayla was like, Katie Robert, because she's like, if there's not smut, I'm not there.
Michael keeps trying to make me read Neon Gods, and I'm like, bro. That sounds exactly like the name. Thank you.
I'll have to look this up.
It was decent. Like, it was a deployment read. It was a good audiobook, but I don't know that I would reread it.
Oh. The cover's nice.
It's really pretty. It's the best part of the book.
Ooh.
Oh, Riley Marie gave it 1 star though.
It's not a good sign.
But Becca gave it 3 stars.
What did I give it?
That's also not a good sign.
3 stars. That's before compiles. That
People
means
gave it
like.
1 star. Oh.
Well, thank you everyone for coming to our Six Crimson Crane live show where we also tell you about all of our bad memory of The Little Mermaid and Milan.
Yes, thank you. I learned so much.
Really educated.
Do we have anything else to add or any important announcements to tell the people before we leave?
I don't think I do this time.
Okay.
So next month is a month that we're taking off from book club, so I probably will try to schedule, like I did last time when there was no book, like live sprints if anyone wants to join and just hang out, but there's no book next month, so.
That sounds fun. I'm going to hijack with our announcement, but I don't know where I wrote it. Hold on. Apparently, from 12 p.m. to around 2 p.m. Central Time on February 5th, Kayla and I, you can find us also with 2 other people for the Sims Readathon live sprints for the 22nd anniversary of The Sims.
Kayla didn't know that I play The Sims. And it's my whole personality.
How am I supposed to...
He just left, unfortunately.
Don't talk to me.
I'm
I
sorry.
just had a little announcement, not a big one.
If you said a question to me, I completely forgot what you said because I was reading the comments.
I don't think I did.
Oh, just that know that she played The Sims.
You played The Sims?
Yeah.
Bailey does, yeah.
Yeah, like obsessively.
Okay, we're staying on
I
this
told
after
I told Kayla that my parents told me they were getting a divorce when I was playing The Sims in the 3rd grade. So.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to end the broadcast and then we're going to talk about The Sims. Thank you all so much for being here, and please insert an awesome ending credit scene here that we did not prepare for you. Farewell.